Hey everybody, I hope that y'all had a good Christmas. We did. It was a little quiet, but that's okay. I'm just trying to get my iPad going here. I hope that this stays connected. I had a little issue earlier today, and if it doesn't, well, that's okay. I can do without seeing it. But today I'm going to be talking about Miss Lillian's Snow Wax Chalk Paint. I've already got the project painted, but I'll go through the steps of what I did. And it was a round table, and I don't get to work on furniture very much, so because normally I'm usually teaching, but I'm changing up the booth quite a bit, so I wanted to get some pieces ready by the 1st of the month. And so what I did is I am going to be adding a Prima transfer to the top of the table. And so this is what it's going to be, this here. And I just love those greens. But I didn't have the color of Miss Lillian's that I really wanted here at the house. So I took two of her colors, that a couple of my favorites. I say that until I use another color, and then that's my favorite at the time. But this one is Sage Advice, and then this is Royal Taupe. And I added just a little of the Royal Taupe until I got the color that I wanted. And it came out perfect, I think. So, but what I did to prep the table is the top had several layers of paint. So I used my orbital sander with 220, and I sanded it down to the wood, and then I just kind of washed the rest of it off. But what I did is I took vinegar and water 50-50, and I washed the whole piece off. I let it dry, and then I used Miss Lillian's first step. Y'all are not going to believe what this stuff takes off even after you think you've cleaned it really well. But you just take this and put it on a cotton rag and spray it on, and then you wipe it in circular motions, and whenever you see that it's drying out, spray it again, and it lasts a long time. But you're going to be shocked at how much grime it takes off of a piece that you think that you've already got clean. And then we're going to be using, I have chosen the Antiquing Glaze nutmeg that I'm going to use, and I will apply it with Miss Lillian's chip brush. Yes, it's very used, but I like it whenever it's used. The more used, the better. And then I'm going to be using, I call her Knobby. Oh, I do too, Leslie. Hey, I didn't see you there. And then I call it the Knobby Sponge. I love this thing. And I'll show y'all that in just a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down because I already have the table finished and ready. And this is kind of a different setup that I have right here because it was the only way that y'all could see the table. Okay, I am hoping that I have that in position. Okay, and I want to lift this up and show y'all, this is one coat of Miss Lillian's Snow Wax Chalk Paint, and that's it. And it was applied with her round brush. I didn't have her, I wanted a little bit smoother of a finish on this one, because normally I just use a chip brush. But I wanted it a little bit different of a finish, so I grabbed the round brush, which I love very much, and I always dip my brushes in water, and then I wring them out really well. I just want it damp where my paint doesn't go up in the ferrule of the brush. So that's just a little tip. But I'm going to raise this up so that y'all can see. I love that color. It really came out great. And you can see, this is absolute. I haven't sanded. I haven't used brown paper on it. I haven't used anything on it. I just brushed it on, let it dry, and that is one coat. That is amazing. And this was dark wood. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the transfer on. And I've kind of already messed with it just a little. And whatever you're doing, the transfers, you want to make sure you don't touch this part because it will come off. So I can't see. Sometimes I was trying to see if someone commented, but it's not. Oh, there we are. Okay. Is I will take and I will fold this back just like that. That way I can hold it and I know that it's not going to touch, because once it touches your piece and you've pressed it down, that's where it's going to stay. There's not a second chance. So you really want to make sure that you have it into position of where you want it, and that's pretty much where I want. So I'm going to hold that down, and then you just take the stick that comes in the tubes that these are in. And you know what? I should have had the big tube out here, but in this one there are several, I think there's four. There's 4 different ones that come with this one. And I will post those whenever I'm done. Because y'all, I had been trying to get to this live since early this morning, and it's just like the forces were against me for some reason. And I had started to go ahead and apply this, but I thought, you know what? Sometimes it's good to see how someone else really does apply the transfers, because people see them and they really don't understand how they are applied. But what I've done here, as you can see, and applying them, if you get some air up underneath that, it will release, and it lets the transfer really come off really easy. And the reason I go ahead and put this on before I remove this is to keep it in position to where it won't slip and slide around on me. But you can see, well, maybe you can't see. I will hold it up after I pull the rest of that off so that you can see. Because whenever it starts transferring, it will turn white. Isn't that going to be pretty? Okay, so I'm going to reach up underneath here while I hold my hand here, because I don't want that to slip. And then I'm going to slowly pull that out, and then I'm going to take my hand and press that down to where it will be into position. Okay, and then and see, it doesn't take long, but I will show you if I can hold this up here in the right way. You can see right here where that's real green and this is clear. That just shows you where it has transferred to the table. So I'm going to come back up here. I don't want to start down here and work up this way, because that could cause issues. So you kind of want to come back up here where you've already started. And I like how this transfer is. It already looks aged and old. So that's why I want to use Miss Lillian's nutmeg glaze. And it's water-based. I tell you, I really do like those 2 paint colors, the Sage Advice and the Royal Taupe. And I didn't really measure. I know some are going to ask me that, but a lot of times you can just mix your own if you want to. But you just want to make sure that you have enough to finish your project. And believe me, ask me how I know that. I have done that before. But Marilyn pretty much has just about any color that you can ever imagine, so there's probably no need to ever mix your own together. But it's always good to know that you can. I just love this transfer. And see, that's coming off so easy. And another thing, whenever I get this done and I do the glaze, I won't be able to do it today because I want the glaze to really dry. But I will be using Miss Lillian's DuraShield because it is really tough, and that way if someone purchases this and they set a cup on it, it will really be protected. So you can see that that's coming off. Oh, that is really nice. And you know what? This hasn't come off, but that's okay. I'm happy. I'm not going to worry about that. Which, if that happens and you want it, you can just lay it back down and rub it, and it will come right off. We are getting there. And if y'all have any questions, I will come on and I will answer. And afterwards, I will tag all of the products that I used. Or you can check out my website at twochattychicks.com. And also, if you would like to know more about each individual product that Marilyn carries in Miss Lillian's No Wax Chalk Paint products, you should hop over and look for Miss Lillian's Paint University and ask to join. Some good info in there. And the videos aren't very long. I believe most of them are under 10 minutes. Okay, y'all, I'm almost done. Voila. I think Miss Lillian's two colors mixed together came out perfect. I will raise that up where y'all can see. And I believe that the glaze I'm going to use is really going to be nice. And again, this is water-based. Now, there's two ways that I could do this. I'm only going to put it on the top. I'm not going to put it on the bottom. I don't want to do that. I like the bottom the way that it is until I get started, and then I may change my mind. Is I could apply the glaze all over and then use the sponge and take and manipulate it around and remove. But I think what I'm going to do is I've poured some out here in a paper plate. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on the sponge, and then I'm going to offload. And you know what? If I don't have my baby wipes. I probably won't need them. So I'm just going to take oh yeah, I am liking that. And as you can see, I'm moving my hand, and I've not added any more glaze because I really don't think I need any more right now. And I may take just a little to add, and I'm just dabbing the brush. I'm not coating, I'm just dabbing in that edge. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's perfect. That is perfect. I just love this sponge. And again, offloading is important because you don't want it overly saturated. And the DuraShield, it also comes in low luster. And I like that. And it has a high gloss. So you have two options there. And it is fantastic for tabletops, kitchen cabinets. Okay, now I'm going to use the chip brush one more time. I hope that y'all can see that. That's kind of hard for me to tell because I'm having to do my camera at a different angle. Amazing how many different things you can do with a chip brush. But I like that. I think I see a spot right here that really doesn't have a lot. So I'm going to dip back in. What a beautiful combination. That is very pretty. All right, y'all. I hope that y'all have enjoyed, and I'm going to go ahead, and I think I am going to go ahead and glaze the rest, but all I'm going to do, I wish I had a table to set that up on, and that way I could just go ahead and show y'all. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush it on with this and then wipe it off, or I may just continue on with using this. And whenever I'm finished, I'll take a photograph and I'll post it within this link. So I appreciate y'all stopping by, and y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see y'all later. Bye. Oh, Sandy, it is so good to see you watching me. I'm glad you're home. My friend, she is home from the hospital, and we are very blessed. So love you, girl, and I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all. Thanks, Leslie. I appreciate it.